Hey everybody, Zee Garcia here. Today we're going to be making our own bowls of ramen and trying to turn a profit by doing so. This is ramen. In this small card game, the players are going to be playing cards simultaneously to the table in order to acquire different ingredients. They are going to take those ingredients, start building bowls of ramen in front of them, and you are trying to get different ingredients in each of those bowls. You are trying to get the most victory points. Those are going to come from very nice bowls of ramen, as well as tips you might be able to garner at the end of the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the game works. We'll come on back after that. I'll tell you what I think. The players are going to play over 9 rounds, and at the end of those 9 rounds, they're going to calculate the score and see who the richest player is. Whoever has the most yen is going to be the winner. So everyone's dealt 9 cards. We have the rest of the deck here, and everything else is set like this with the tips above the items. And so each round goes as follows. We're going to reveal cards from the deck equal to the number of players. And these are the cards on offer right now. So these cards are the ones that the players are going to be able to take. Everyone selects a card from their 9, and they are going to reveal that card simultaneously. And then we are going to see who gets which card. The order in which the players may take these from the offer is determined by the ranking system denoted by the ingredient cards up here. So, no one played a red card, which is the strongest card. After that, we go to these here, and this player has one. So even though this player in the center here played a 9 of this type, the green cards, the one above it is still better. So the 1 here of purple would be better than the 9 of the following suit. All right? So this player is first. They get to pick any one of these they want to, and they'll go ahead and take this 9 card here. Now, the 9s, the 8s, and the 7s have a special power, and that is when you take the card, you also get some soy sauce. They are going to take that, they're going to put it in front of them, and they are going to start their first bowl of ramen. Now, the card they used to win gets discarded up here for right now. And then the next player goes, which is this player here. They will discard their card up here, and they are going to take this one and begin their first bowl with that. And then lastly, this player discards, gets the leftover card, begins a bowl with that. And we go on to the next round. And the cards on offer for the next round are the 3 that the players just bid with. Okay? And so again, everyone selects a card from their hand of 9, and we reveal those. Now, something else that might happen when you reveal cards, 1s and 5s might be played, and they have special powers that happen before we divvy these out. If multiple people played 1s or multiple people played 5s, they cancel out. But if a single 1 or a single 5 was played, they trigger. And so we have a 5 here, a 1 here. These are triggered in the order of the ranking as well. And so the 5 is going to go off right here. And the 5 allows for 2 of these cards to switch ranking. And so this player is going to take this card, switch it with this one here, like that. And then the 1 triggers, and the 1 allows you to switch cards from the ones you just played with someone else. And so this player is going to switch their 1 with the 5. And now we actually divvy out these cards. This player goes first, having the strongest card out there. They're going to go ahead and take this 2. All right. And they add it to this bowl. Discard the card they played up here. And if you can add an ingredient to a bowl that's already going, you will do so. If that card would be a duplicate of something already in there, then you must start a new bowl. And you'll hopefully be able to make a valid bowl out of that as well. A valid bowl has 3 ingredients in it. Next up, we've got this player. This player is going to go ahead and take this one. That gets them another soy sauce card. And then lastly, this player has to take this one. Again, if the offer was a card they already had, so let's say this was the offer, then they cannot add it to this bowl. They have to start a new bowl with that. But that's not the case, and so they'll do something like that. And then again, these 3 come down, and the players continue until they are down to 1 card. When they are down to 1 card, they'll reveal that final card. they are going to get the card that they would be given, or that they would like to draft based on, again, the order of the power, and the one they just revealed, they keep as well. So they're going to get 2 of those cards. Don't know exactly one of the 2 that they're going to get, and then 1 more from the center. At that point, they would check their final score. So this is what one player's area might look like at the end of the game. We're going to go ahead and score now and go through a few different steps for that. So the first thing we do is we are going to give out these tips across the top of the ingredients to whoever has the lowest total of that type of ingredient in valid bowls, i.e. 3 cards or more, right? So this is not valid, so we're going to ignore that for the tips for right now. And so let's say this player is going to, someone else is going to get this one, someone else is going to get that one. This player has a total of 5 points in the pork over here. That's pretty good. Let's say that's the lowest, and they earn that. And then let's say they earned the egg as well. They have a total of 3 of that, and no one else had a lower total, so they're going to get that as well. Next up, we are going to then evaluate how many yen we get for our bowls. To do this, you count the number of cards in your largest, and you multiply that times the number of valid bowls in front of you. Before we do this, we're going to go ahead and assign our soy sauce here. This player earned 1 from taking that 9 earlier in the game, and you can add this to any bowl you'd like, ideally the largest. For every 2 cards, you can add 1 soy sauce. So they're going to go ahead and add that in there. Now calculate that score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients times 2 valid bowls for 12 yen. Okay? Next up, we are going to add 1 victory point that we are going to get for every 6, 7, or 8 card. So there's 1 there and 1 there. That's 2 points. And then every player also loses points, yen, for every ingredient that was not part of a valid bowl, equal to the number of the ingredients. Something to really watch out for. So this player is going to lose 3 coins. So again, they had 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, minus 3. These 3 you could just put on there and calculate your score, and that would be your final score, okay? So this player is looking at 18 points. And then you figure out who's got the most money, and that's the winner of the game. That's it. The only other thing I have not shown you is a small variant that uses these and allows you to shuffle them up, reveal 3 of them at the beginning of the game, and they are going to give a bonus to whoever has the highest total in that type of ingredient. Now, these actually show the ingredient, meaning if the card gets moved, it will go with the card as opposed to the tips. They stay where they are, and if someone switches around ingredients, so the tips are still, in this order from 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Okay? So again, 3 victory points here, 3 yen, to whoever has the highest total in that good. But, as I said, this is a small variant. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. That's all the rules to the game. Let's go back up top. Let me go ahead and tell you what I think of the game and sort of how it feels as you are playing. And that's the game, so let's dive right into this. Okay, I'm going to start with the things I thought were just okay, and I'll finish strong with the things I did enjoy very much in this little card game. So, my main negative here is for ease of play, and that is because the scoring is certainly obtuse. There's some concepts here at play that are going to take players a little bit to wrap their heads around, mainly having to do with the tips. Having the lowest total in some ingredient is going to actually get you the tip for that ingredient. The multiplication of the largest bowl times completed bowls minus cards you didn't have in a completed bowl, i.e. 3 cards. Those are going to lose you the number on the card, which is not, used in the scoring otherwise. So it can be, again, a little tricky to get the scoring down right, and to get it not so much that you are going to make a mistake scoring. Scoring is fairly straightforward. It's knowing how to play to maximize that score. That's what's tricky. And then the other thing is replayability. Replayability is fine. It's okay. It's a small card game. It's not going to have tons of variability from one session to the next, The things I did like, the theme. The theme is nice, though again, the idea of tips here is not really applicable when you want to use the theme to teach the game. I don't like that, but the theme is different, it's nice, it's well done. I love the look of the game. That's probably my favorite thing about the whole package, actually. The artwork, the concept, the way they illustrated everything, the names on the cards, colors, everything looks really, really fantastic. It's an excellent looking game. I like that very much. The game length, quick, interesting sessions, engaging the whole time. I find it to be a game that by the time it's done, you feel you're still on the up. You know, you're still on the climb of acquiring things and getting everything just the way you want it, and then boom, the game's over, and you're like, oh no, I wish I had 2 more turns or 1 more turn. So I like that. I think that's a sign of a game that's timed correctly. Very much enjoy that. And then lastly, the tactics and the strategy. Yeah, the game has a lot of luck, but I think what's there is engaging. Which card you take, when you play which card from your hand. When do you play your 1s and your 5s that might allow for a surprise before you take cards? Which cards do you take? You can go low values and try to garner those tips. You can draft high and try to get victory points from the 6, 7s, and 8s, or the 9s get you the soy sauce, right? So you can, but you're giving up probably the tips if you're going that route. So I like that. The worst cards are probably the ones in the middle. And the 5 has that special power, so if it's in your hand, you can use it for that. So I really find the strategy here to not be necessarily deep, but it's there. You can react, you can go for different things. You might have a reveal out there of 3 cards where you're not that worried about when you pick, so you can go with a card that you know is going to let you draft last or later, and you don't care. Sometimes of what's out there, you need one of those cards, so you better play your best, bid right now and hope you can still grab it. I enjoy that concept. So Ramen is a nice little package. As a filler, as something attractive and small that you can play with just about anybody, this is a solid game. I wish the scoring wasn't quite as obtuse, but once you've played this once, maybe twice, I think it's going to become second nature. You can just accept it. Maybe a terminology change would have really helped. I don't like the fact that the money above the cards is called a tip, because that means the lower values are perhaps less food, and so the people are giving you a tip for less food. Again, it's hard to grasp that. I almost wish that was called the shopping money or something, because you had so little of that ingredient, your establishment gave you some shopping money to go and buy more of it. That would have been helpful, and in fact, I might teach it that way when I next teach the game. But as it is, I did enjoy it very much. So this one's going to get a seal of approval from me. I recommend it if you are looking for a little filler, simultaneous selection card game that is just a little bit different than most of the ones out there. Again, Ramen, seal of approval. Thanks for checking this out with me. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com.